I wish the younger me knew how dope she was. I don't even have to go back that far to bandage the wounds and treat the scars. It wasn't even a few years or more that I was still underestimating the God in me. Still allowing others to trigger insecurities, worrying about friends who become finicky, or how easy it is to gain an enemy. I had to remind myself that their issues have nothing to do with me, except that for too often I made it my business. I was grown and still owning other people's faults. Y'all, it was ridiculous, but when you are deep in the trenches, it is easy to question your worth. I went sifting for gold in the dirt, tripped up, got my feelings hurt. Life happens. I have not always honored me. I sought validation in someone who couldn't even speak life into me, and it robbed me of a treasure I didn't even know that I possessed. I was already whole, already golden, already blessed, but I was out here seeking consensus. Overly consumed with other people's opinions, I told myself I was calling my homegirls to think things through when I was actually giving people permission to tell me what to do. I wanted to evaluate my thoughts with an audience, get my social media approved. Have you ever asked a human being to weigh in on the hand that God dealt you before you played it? I did, though I didn't claim it. I didn't even have the vocabulary to name it, but I was being codependent. I had a brilliant mind and I was opting out of using it. I could have propped up on my own understanding, but I wasn't choosing it. That version of me needed validation. She cared if other people cared about what she was saying. She did more girl talk than praying. And I'm not saying that we can't lean on our village, but at some point you have to trust your own intuition. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, Dr. Rebecca Dupas, is you and a daughter, is you isn't? And how long will you occupy confused spaces before you stand in your greatness, before experience is your teacher? You've been practicing Kwanzaa all these years. When will you embody Kujichagulia? The principle says that we have to define and speak for ourselves. That's too precious of a gift to ever give to anybody else. See, the thing about having a void is that any hole will allow itself to be filled. So either you take good advantage of yourself, or people who do not have your best interest in mind absolutely will. Thank you.